Here's our hookup with the Nano on Proto board, and here's the 24LC512, and other than power and ground we just need a clock and a data line with a 2.2K pull-up resistor. Now we're going to show how this is hooked up here. So what we've got is here's the Nano, the ground's hooked up. The +5 goes through a 6.3 volt lamp for safety considerations. In case of a bad short here, the lamp will sop up all the power and it'll save anything going wrong with our Nano. Other than that, and connecting up power, ground, 3 address lines, number 7's the write protect, disabled. There's only 2 signals because it's I2C. The first one on D3 is the clock line, goes to pin 6. And D2 is the data line, that goes to pin 5, and it's always necessary with I2C to put a pull-up resistor on the data line. So here we're using 2.2K, which works just fine here. So that's our hookup here. We'll show you how to download the software in here to get this operational. Okay, we're all hooked up to our Nano on the Proto board. And we've loaded the program in here. The current version works at 57600 baud, and we tried it at 115.2, but it made a few errors. So this seems to load error-free at this speed. Couple of things you might, without getting into anything with the program, I mean you can look at it when you want. Menu base is where the menu is first loaded in. Okay. Database is where the first actual files are loaded. So this allows for about 30 files because they take up 16 bytes each. Now if you really want more than 30, you can bump this number up. You'll lose a little bit of space altogether. It's 64K is what it is in bytes. So if not, just leave these. So now let's just, click the old upload button. What I found works with this very well is a program called EEProm. It's free. So when it launches, apparently it does a reset on the USB line because it causes the program to sign on here. If not, just hit enter. That should work. Here we go now. Without much further ado, the first thing you want to do, I'm going to do uppercase so it's easier to see. You want to do I*. The star is the safety on it. This initializes it. And we see our first storage location is 200 hex and we got 65K free bytes. There's the M command for menu, and we're just going to see that, just what we saw before. Now, to load something in, it's the Z command, an obligatory comma, and a 1 to 7 character file name. Let's call it test1. Here you use upper, lowercase, whatever you want. So hit enter, and now it's keyed up to download. It's waiting for the first byte to come in. So now, in EEProm, we send file, and make sure binary. So in whatever program you might be using, make sure it's a binary file. And we're just going to send one file here. Alright. And there it is. It's in. And here's our next available storage address. Let's send another file. Okay. The Z command, comma, let's go upper lowercase, test, how about number 2? That'll look nice. File, send file. Now there's no protocol here, it's a straight file dump in binary. And let's send a bigger one here. And that's going to zip along there, and there it goes. Now just as a kind of check that things are all right here, I'm going to load that first one again. So z comma test 1a. Let's call it 1a. Let's resend the 1 to see if the byte count matches. Send file, ding, open. Alright, see these file sizes, byte counts are the same. Now there is an additional command. If you don't like the last one you sent, the X command, you got to do X star, will kill the last entry. Okay, so you see now the last entry has been removed. We can try that again. Let's say we want to kill the next second entry too. Okay, now we're down to the first one. So here's the standard dump command. Let's dump location, comma, number of lines. Now what we see here is location 10 hex is where the directory starts. There's the address and the length, and some spare bytes here, and then a name, which shows up ASCII over here. And then here's where this one starts, but it's got a file length of 0. Well, file length of 0 is how it marks the end.
These are some of the files I was using for my doorbell project, but you can load any kind of data you want using this. So hope you find some handy uses for this for your next project.